Owing to the wealth of experience I've accrued in gathering firewood, I was even able to provide Euless with some basic pointers on the subject. I thought it might help to further build a rapport and to distract him from his other concerns. Well, at least my clothes are finally dry, though they could still do with a proper wash. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. The War Machina appears to be patrolling the area of its own volition. I wonder whether it is simply following its original orders, or if it now serves the Telophoroi. Everything was built on an enormous scale, and with thick, cleanly cut stone, much like Amaro. Given what we now know, such similarities are no coincidence. Yeah, that is true. Everything's so vast. As you can see, this place is littered with the remnants of various types of War Machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time, that time being now. Rather than prize them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you stand well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the Machina's Ceruleum gauge to see if there's any left. It should still provide an accurate reading even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use an explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. Understood. Let's get to work. Boo. So it was empty anyway. Empty or take a wild guess. Alright. Hey, half full. Half full is winning. More explosives. Wait, is that what I think it is? It do. You've done it again. Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alice and Alphino are faring.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
I see. Stealth.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
I could teleport to it if you would let me frickin' attune.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly, but thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
You haven't pissed off Alice, eh?
It's a poor attempt at humour. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to fix.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us.
Oh.
My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
I'm basically wearing a summer
The time
outfit.
for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil.
That's not gonna happen.
Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
I don't like either of those answers. I would not have responded like that. Nope.
Get them out of here.
Good. I'm glad that this game is showing the actual horrors of war. Because this is it, folks. Like, war is not pretty. It's not to be glorified. It's not to root for or anything. That's... Ugh. I hope you're happy with yourself, buddy. Alphino and Alizé will be fine, providing they do not resist. You're lucky I can't hurt you, buddy.